All right, not sure if this is working. What's up, David? Hold on, I'm trying to figure out this stuff. Can you hear me? Sweet. What's up, guys? All right, I think I've got this thing figured out. It's kind of weird. I was trying to do it all last night, and they definitely don't make this super intuitive. Damn, there's a lot of you guys in here. Up
Sweet.
to at
What's
least
up,
9
guys?
people, it looks like. You guys are going to be in the vlog, too. What's up? Hold on one sec. Still figuring out the setup a little bit, as I'll wait for a few of you to get in here. Is it super laggy? It looks really laggy on mine. Can you guys comment if it looks like that for you?
Is it super laggy? It looks really laggy on mine.
It doesn't look laggy. Okay, we've got Jessica checking it. It's just like delayed, so I'm gonna have to get used to that. But I can see all your guys' comments, so sweet. Uh, yeah, so I guess let's just like get some questions going, and I'll try to just like power through all of them. What's up, Bradley? What's up, Nolan? Seapless City, you're always in here. Francis is in here. What's up, Francis? Otto, what's up? See you in a bit. Max, what's up? So many of you guys. Damn, this is going pretty. This is going pretty good. I thought I saw some questions, and now I don't see it. Okay, ready for Q4? Yes, I am. You saw me do the $101,000 wire. That was pretty much my last like big Q4 push. I have like one more order still finishing up that should hopefully ship in time. If not, it'll sort of just go into next year. But those aren't on my core products anyway, so not super worried about that. It's not working. It- okay, cool. What do you think about Keyword Inspector? I've heard good things. I haven't personally used it. I'm not one of the people that's super fanatical about keywords. Personally, I mean, especially now that there's like less that you can use, I find for most of my products, it's pretty obvious what keywords are important, and so it's not like there's like these mystical keywords that I would have never thought of or something like that. Um, Carlos, big fan. Is there a possibility to interact with you in private? Yeah, I've started doing one-on-one like coaching calls. The link is in the description of every video. Hi from Belgium. Cool. How do I offer warranties? So there's probably some interesting legal stuff to like technically offer warranties, but I mean, if you're starting up and you're kind of scrappy, you can just do what you're comfortable with. If you have no idea what your product is, it might be a little risky to do like lifetime guarantee, something crazy like that. But you can just do what you're comfortable with, and you can just put in there like, and you can just field it off of questions, right? So just contact us if you have an issue, and we'll get you a replacement, whatever. Just make sure you have sort of like some clear rules so that you can be consistent and not turn down some people and say yes to some people, stuff like that. How much money did you have saved before you decided to quit working for a company? I mean, so I have a video called My Full Story. Mine is a little different because I wasn't like working a job, quit, started Amazon. That just wasn't the path that I was. I My last job was like 4 or 5 years ago. as I was in school. I was flipping and hustling Craigslist to eBay on the side as I was in school. And then when I transferred to UCLA, moved down to LA, I just kept going with the flipping and stuff like that. So I didn't get another job at that point. I was just flipping as my hustle. And then, is it frozen? What the fuck?
Let me restart it.
Is it frozen for you guys? Sorry, still figuring this out.
My last job was like 4 or 5 years ago. As I was in school,
Can you turn it down though? Because that's like really super
that was
distracting.
frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, so what was I saying? So yeah, I was just flipping on the side. I was already doing like my eBay hustle, stuff like that. That's what was providing me with the ability to like live, you know? And then I started doing Amazon as I was still flipping and hustling. So it was more of a gradual progression. I went from having a job and flipping to just flipping to flipping and AliExpress and then on to full on manufacturing, stuff like that. So it was more gradual. What products do you sell? As you guys know, most people don't really go exactly into that. I'm in pretty general categories though, nothing too crazy. Haven't even really dove into like the gated categories. I'm trying to get reviews on my products. Any suggestions? So I personally am not an advocate for like the giveaway groups, the blasts, all of that. I think, in my opinion, Amazon has made it really clear what they do and do not want since the review change about a year ago. So I'm all about how can I do real advertisements for real customers and get real sales and then get some of those real people to leave real reviews. I mean, that's more of my philosophy. So I use Feedback Genius to follow up with real customers. That's cool. But I don't do any of like the, how do I get reviews, like trading and exchanging for reviews. I just don't. I think Amazon has made it more than clear that they don't want you doing that. That said, it's up to your own risk tolerance. A lot of people do like the friends thing or like a distant friend, whatever. How many products do you currently have? I have like 35 or so. A lot of them are similar, so it's not starting from scratch. What is your bulletproof coffee story? When did you start? How did you start? So one thing I don't think I've mentioned on the channel so far is that I went to UCLA for psychobiology. So I've been very immersed in brain health and science and biology for years. And my girlfriend Jessica, she majored in nutrition. So we have this interesting mix of like brain and psychology and mental stuff and nutrition, and that kind of led us into me finding podcasts, and that led to Bulletproof podcasts. And now I'm super into all the bulletproof stuff, bulletproof coffee. I eat really strict diet. I'm always going to the Bulletproof coffee shop in Santa Monica. So how was it before you started FBA? Like freaking out a bit or all cool? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this lag thing. Hopefully this stream doesn't suck too badly for you guys. Huh? No, I'm figuring it out. Yeah, so like I said a minute ago, I wasn't freaking out because I was already doing other things. I just started with a small test on FBA and all of that. Do I like Chipotle? Nah, I used to, but now I eat pretty strict. For your 100K payment, do you mind if I ask how many units did you order? I think that was it was over like 12,000 units, I think, in that single order. It's going to be a full 40-footer. In regards to product research, what criteria must it meet to say, yes, I'm jumping in 100%? So it's never 100%. I mean, there's always a risk. Not every product goes well. So there's no like guarantee. But for me, it comes down to existing sales volume is number one. So that's everything about BSR. You guys have probably already jumped into all those videos. I need to see existing sales volume in that niche or I'm not even remotely interested. So I don't want to get into something that just purely doesn't have enough sales volume. And then I also want to be able to differentiate somehow, make myself stand out, and something I can hopefully build out into a brand. No, I have this guy. Nah, it's all right. But if you want to do it. If I miss Q4, I know January and February will be slow, but is there anything I can do to make more in Q1? I mean, I would just launch as always, you know, really no difference. just the sooner the better, obviously, and get yourself rolling. And then maybe it'll, even if it takes a few months, it's still going to be better to start sooner. I'll start with a good cue. Oh, sup, watch me Amazon. If you guys don't follow him on Instagram, he's like, watch me Amazon, crazy hustler, wholesale guy, literally the expert of wholesale. What are you doing for sales tax? Ooh, that is a tricky question. So there's like a huge gray area with Amazon because they distribute your inventory to different warehouses across the US. So some people think, oh, that means I have tax nexus in that state, therefore I should charge in every state that Amazon has my inventory. The other camp is I should only charge in my own home state. So personally, that's what I'm doing as of now. I'm charging in my home state, California, which is a big state anyway. So luckily that's a bulk. Like if you weren't in California, a bulk of your sales would be in California. So that could be a little riskier. But yeah, I personally feel like all these like services like TaxJar and Avalara, I use them for managing my sales tax, but it seems like those guys are the ones that are pushing it so much that you need to be doing that, and then they're the ones that are profiting off of it. It's like it's a weird thing. So that's personally what I'm doing. I'm not really too afraid of it. I really don't think it's as big of an issue as people are making it right now. Is 30% profit margin good? So I'm assuming you're talking before ad spend, but after fees, definitely after, you have to be thinking after fees if you're looking at like 30. 30 is pretty good. I would do that if it was maybe like a little higher price point maybe. I think 40 is a little better. What preliminary courses can one do before it makes sense to do your courses? I don't have a course. Maybe eventually. I can't vouch for any of the course. I haven't been through any course, so I can't vouch for them. Super laggy for me, man. Sorry. Hopefully I can figure out something better for next time. Is Amazon FBA still profitable? Of course. Not for everybody. What is the biggest problem you've run into so far? Have you ever lost a substantial amount of money? Is growing slow a safety net against losses? Biggest problem so far? I mean, I don't know. It's just always up and down. I guess that's not really a specific problem, but I have times of the year, like even right now, like September, October is always sort of my iffy time of the year. I think it's just more. It's frozen again. Just related to seasonality and stuff like that. So not really like a problem or mistake. Nothing really. I mean, I've had like little products. Shit, is it offline? It says offline. Sorry again, guys. I don't know why this is so bad. I don't have anything downloading. Hopefully it's not too terrible. Where was I? Ever lost a substantial amount? Sure. I mean, but but your second part of that question, is growing safely a good safety net? That kind of ties in. My best advice is just to have other products going. So if you lose some here and you make a bunch there, it doesn't really matter. So my biggest thing has just been diversifying over a lot of products. So if I lose a few grand on a product that's dead, or I just decide to get rid of that inventory, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So it did feel but choppy and lagging. It's okay for now. Do you feel it's too late to import for the Christmas season? Yeah, pretty much, unless you're already like fully, you've done your product research, all of that. But if you're like just starting from scratch right now, in my opinion, I would just be thinking of this in a more general way, because you don't want to rush through product research. It's literally the key to everything on Amazon is product research. So yeah, inventory has to be in by November 4th to be eligible, right? So they say that it's not like a strict date, but you have to realize is that it's going to take Amazon way longer than usual to get everything like checked in and into inventory. So you want to leave like as much time as humanly possible. That said, if it's trickling in after that, it's probably still going to get in, and just keep in mind it's going to be like super backed up. So it's going to be taking longer and longer to get checked in. But if you have some inventory getting in by say Black Friday, and then you have more showing up that you expect to sell towards the like right before Christmas, it'll kind of like keep replenishing as you're going. Sorry, I lost my spot. How do you optimize PPC? Ryan Donahue, how do you optimize PPC? So I do I do auto and manual. I'm not super fanatical about about fine tuning because I find that I do more of a comparison between my PPC spend and my overall sales, and if it's profitable, I'm really happy. That said, I do trim out the keywords that are just obviously just losing their shit everywhere. But I think that Amazon doesn't attribute all of the sales to PPC, even if it is. It's because you have to realize it's helping you sort of proliferate that web of Amazon. So even if it looks like your ROI is not good, it might actually be a little better than you think, if that makes sense. What kind of tools are you using for marketing? Not really any tools for marketing. I mean, other than the ad platforms. Do you stay in one niche or sell whatever works best? So I think both work. So I actually do both. I have individual opportunities under one brand, and then I have brands with product lines as well. So I think that is like the long-term thinking, but because I think the individual products work, but they get saturated over time. How do you pick your products? Any programs? What's your criteria? I have started playing more with Jungle Scout, but honestly, I'm more old school. I still think people ignore just looking at Amazon itself a lot and just using a lot of the free tools, Camel, the Jungle Scout free estimator, the fee calculator. You know, you should be able to do it all manually and then jump into something like Jungle Scout just to speed yourself up. How do you pick products though is, like I said, what already sells well, what can I stand out with, and what is there room for me in terms of competition? Like I just won't be drowning. And hopefully what can I see as the second, third, fourth product around that? Jessica, are you affiliated with UCLA? I mean, I did graduate from there, but other than that, no. What about offering 50% promotion off your items for reviews, auto? Yeah, so like I said before, I don't do any of like the giveaway services. That said, if you want to like say run Facebook ads to a promotion and then just try to get real sales boosted and then follow up with those people, you can do that. I personally haven't really done that route, but that would be cool. I just wouldn't do like the obvious 50% off for review thing because Amazon's made that more than clear. On average, how much does each product make a month? From Adam. I mean, it varies so much. I have products that do 10K plus. I have products that do 0. And everything in between. My philosophy is to have a portfolio of products now. Do I need to register for a business number to import PL into the USA? No, you can do it as an individual starting out, but you should start an LLC as soon as you have the money to invest into that once you think it's going to be a viable thing for you. Alonzo, what's up? When you're doing product research and running numbers, do you figure out profit percentage before or after income? Okay. All talk of profit is before income tax. I mean, income tax is just based on your income at the end, no matter what business or job or whatever you're doing. So all talk of profit has nothing to do with income tax. Income tax is calculated at the end based on how much money you made, take home at the end, all expenses. Wow, that's cool. Love the bulletproof coffee, etc. Awesome, dude. Me too. What is your strategy on product research? I basically just answered that question, Vincent. Haley, so excited for this. What's up? Again, do you feel it's too late for Christmas season? From Chalili. Yeah, I kind of talked about that. I do think it's too late if you're really just starting right now. If you've already got it sort of figured out and your product doesn't take long to produce and it can be air shipped, you might be able to squeeze it in. Do be aware of the potential like lockout scenario, which Amazon has not announced. So anybody that tells you it's not happening or it is happening, they are wrong. The only truth is that we don't know for sure. It could happen. Amazon is never like, hey guys, like we're gonna let you know 6 months in advance exactly what's happening. It's always more like you're shut out until January. So you won't know until that day if they decide to do it. So, but as of now, yeah. They haven't said that it's happening, so then a lot of people assume it's not happening. What I'm saying is that it could happen. If you were to start an Amazon business now with the knowledge and experience, what would you do differently? I would have done more products sooner. What techniques do you recommend for launching your first product? This ties in with the whole like review giveaway thing. It's really changed over the years. Now I go for a much softer launch. You know, everything back then was how do I blast 1 million units, get things boom, boom, boom. Like I need sales immediately. Now it's like, you know, I'm much more patient. I'm okay if a product gets rolling over a couple months, whatever. I mean, you don't need to have this like party on day one necessarily. You can just, I always run PPC day one. Any like legitimate advertising, I'm all for that. Get sales rolling. I mean, that's important, but get those, then you'll get some real reviews trickling in, and sales will trickle up. Haley, if you've found a product with great numbers, but the only way you'd make profit is through sea shipping, and this was your first product, would you go for it? Many say airship first product only. So I think there's huge opportunities in what everybody is afraid of, if that makes sense. So I have products that are sea ship only, but that said, for your very first product, I would have been intimidated. I didn't know what I was doing with sea shipping back then. That said, if you are smarter than I was at that time, or you're just more willing to figure it out, you absolutely can. The only problem is that with sea shipping, generally, you're probably going to be dealing with an order of a volume that's going to cost you a bit more to start out anyways, just because for it to make sense by sea, it's got to be like a decent amount of size. So you might end up spending a bit more on your initial investment. James Rail, what do you do? Sorry, I lost my spot. Why does this do this? Sorry, it like jumped down and now I can't figure out where it was. David, what techniques do you recommend for launching your first product? Or wait, no, I just did that. And I just did Haley's. Oh, James asked the same question. That's why. Yeah, I just kind of talked about that. Get PPC rolling, get it rolling slowly. Sam, when do you decide to ship your product to the USA via air versus sea? So at this point, unless it's a really, really tiny light item, like I just got in like this little like accessory, it weighs like nothing. So that, it makes no sense to do sea ever. I got like 3,000 pieces in like 3 boxes this big. So something like that, I'm never going to do sea. In general, though, if your item is like even this big or so, it's going to make sense. You're going to save $1 or so per unit to do C. Now that I know what I'm doing with C, I do C from immediately. I might have like 100 units shipped in directly, just like DHL, FedEx, UPS, and then I just do the rest by C from immediately now, because I know that there's savings there and I know what I'm doing with it anyway, so whatever. Vincent, thoughts on rumors of Amazon and Chinese suppliers merging? Chinese suppliers don't know branding, so I don't worry about that. There are Chinese suppliers selling my exact products. Well, not my exact products, but they're selling products like mine for like a third of the price, and they still can't figure it out. It's all about brand. Kevin, pause the porn torrents. Nah, dude, I got to keep those going. Hi from the farm boy. What's up? Do you recommend trade assurance? Yes, definitely. Starting out, if you can convince your supplier to do trade assurance or PayPal, 100%. That'll help you have some protection. Julie, how many SKUs do you have? So I have like 35 listings, but actual SKUs, I have color variations. I don't know. It's probably like 50 plus at this point. Mr. Jimbo Doc, how do you handle inventory that stay unsold in Amazon centers post 6 months or whatever period Amazon allows? I mean, in some cases, pay the fee. In some cases, I've had probably 2 times ever that I just had a product like just straight dead. Wait, why does it say offline? Goddamn, sorry guys. I really don't know why this is so unsmooth. Yeah, so after 6 months, you can get hit with the long-term fees. So you want to, in a couple cases, I've just disposed of that inventory and moved on. What's a good budget, more or less, to start PPC? All depends on how well it's going. I would say start out experimenting with like $30 per day or so, just to at least test, but then, go up and down. How much do you take from your business yearly? I mean, I have everything leveraged back into inventory right now, basically everything. I pay myself enough for like living expenses, and I mean that's basically all I take out into my personal account as of right now. How often do you reorder products? When you need to. The longer I've been in this, now I try to place bigger orders less frequently so that I can do sea shipping, stuff like that. But that was harder at first with cash flow. Mr. Jimbo Doc, how does free plus shipping work? That's more of like a ClickFunnels, Shopify, e-commerce, not Amazon play. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really apply to the Amazon thing, but the idea is that you're selling a really cheap product and basically charging enough for shipping that it covers your cost and you can break even and then gain the customer and remarket to them. First time sellers, would you launch one product or start multiple products? I wouldn't start with more than like 2 or so, just so you can have focus on those. Did you build an email list? Do you even need to build an email list? You don't need to worry about that right off the bat. If you're good at that stuff, it's going to help you. But yeah, it's not necessary day one for sure. Ray, I found a product for FBA, don't have much money, $1,300. Should I order 100 units now or make more money than order 300 plus? Yeah, it's really hard to do any testing with 100 units because it might take you more than 100 units just to get the ball rolling, and then you might be out of stock and then thinking, should I reorder? Because things haven't, like it's going to take you more testing than that. I would, yeah, I mean, even 300 sounds kind of low personally. Ryan, how long do you estimate a new product will take until it's profitable? This just varies so much. I mean, like I said, some product might never be profitable. Some might be profitable day one. It just varies. If you mean cash flow positive, that can take forever because even if it's profitable, then you're gonna order more inventory. You get it. Mad B, what's a good daily budget for PPC? Does it have to correlate with sales? Bigger budget? Yeah, exactly. So if you can spend more and have more sales, of course you're going to spend more. I think you should start experimenting with a solid like $30 a day or something. If you're just bleeding money, then you might have to start tuning it down. But in general, I mean, you might start spending 100 a day on a product. Why not? If it makes sense for your sales, why would you not want to spend money? Otto, what do you think about PayPal accepting Bitcoin? How will that change the seller-buyer experience? Personally, I don't think it will. I mean, I don't even think about that. I think Bitcoin is cool, but no, I mean, I don't know anybody actually using Bitcoin transactionally. I just know people investing in Bitcoin out of speculation. So I don't think it'll change anything in terms of like PayPal purchases. Zachariah, how long did you wait until you take a salary? How long did it take you to reach a 6-figure salary? I think I didn't pull money out until about a year and a half in. 6 figures in profit in terms of the business took relatively quick, but six figure in salary, I mean, honestly, this is probably the first year I'll even take. I mean, even last year, I don't think I took out 6 figures into my personal pocket, even though the profit of the business was well into the 6 figures. Mr. Jimbo, thanks for all the questions. Do you sell only through Amazon and Shopify, or do you use Facebook ads, other divert traffic to your own website? Well, my own website is on Shopify, so yeah, those are the platforms. Boris, how do you get to work when you feel lazy, especially if you are your own boss? I mean, that's a tough question. Sometimes I'm not super, like, you know, there's this whole thing on YouTube, hustle, hustle, hustle. Sometimes I'm not, for sure. So, you know, sometimes I'll just do the things that are absolutely necessary, and then I get to the other things when I get to them. Alonzo, what are some signs that a niche is too oversaturated? So what you do not ever want to see is some guys doing well and then just like a sea of people with horrible BSRs not doing well. That is the worst sign ever. Probably will wrap this up in a few minutes because I don't want it to get too long. Croco Entertainment, have you ever tried affiliate marketing? If so, how did it go? Actually, I mean, honestly, the real answer is no. Since starting YouTube, I've been playing around with it. Like, there's some affiliate links in the description just for Amazon related stuff that I use. That's literally the extent of me playing with affiliate marketing ever. So it's like, it's going, I mean, I've made like a couple $100, I think, so far. That's the extent of my affiliate marketing. If you're going to use like Jungle Scout, stuff like that, you might as well use my link. Can you talk more about what you were doing for branding? I mean, that's a long one. It's kind of hard to, I mean, a lot of it comes down into like design, aesthetic, positioning, you know, like you don't want to just be like random home accessory brand. Like you want to be like luxury coffee, like, you know, and have all these like high-end stainless products or something. Like that's a brand. And then you want to, you know, do Instagram, all of that. Just really build up a thing outside of Amazon. UPC codes, I mean, any of those reliable sites, it should all be fine. Where's Jessica? She's in the other room. Have you thought about Amazon Australia? As far as I know, it's not open yet. But that will be a pretty big opportunity when it opens up, so that's cool. Personally, I'm only in the US as of right now, so I need to expand into the European markets first. Can you share with us your monthly profit from FBA? What are your future monthly profit goals? I mean, I'm just trying to grow, grow, grow. It goes up and down. This year, it's been in the probably at the lowest 15 a month and at the highest 30-ish a month. And I mean, I just want to keep that going and growing as much as I can. Really, no specific like number goals. I'm really just, especially with my main brand, I just want to grow it into like a more major thing. So I'm, as silly as it sounds, I'm not like super hyper focused on just like profit, profit, profit. Like I just want it to expand. If I'm shipping my first product, what does air shipping mean? It literally means airplane. Like it could be by an airplane through a freight forwarder, or it could be literally just like FedEx, DHL, UPS, Express. What is the best way to scale your FBA business? More products, 100%. Even if like everyone's talking about these like golden products that make 10,000 plus per month, but that is the old mentality of Amazon when things were different. Now it's like, why not just find products that can make you 1, 2, 3 grand a month? A few of them will take off, a few of them will die, and then do it 10, 20 times. How many SKUs to make 100K revenue typically? I really can't answer that. I really can't answer that question. I mean, there are products that do 100K in a day, and there are people that have entire accounts of portfolios that don't do 100K in a year. It's just, there's too much variation. How many hours on average do you spend on Amazon FBA per week? This is a weird question for me to even answer, because I feel like for me, as an entrepreneur working at home, stuff like that, like work and chilling just kind of blends together. Like, I don't know, like I'm checking my phone sometimes if I'm out doing something, like, is that work? I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, not that many, but it's not passive income. How many suppliers should I order samples from? Probably like 2 to 4. Just depends like how many people are even producing that product that you're looking at. Do you think you were more lucky when choosing your first successful product, or was there a process you followed? No, I mean, I don't. Well, when I first started, you could pick any product and have some success immediately. Now it's harder, but still doable. But those products got blown out. Like I said, if you just find that hot opportunity, it just gets blown out. So, yeah, you want to follow the processes, and you want to do it again and again and again. Sorry, the chat keeps like jumping, so I keep getting lost. If I find a specific product through Jungle Scout that sells the quantity that I am looking for, but overall the product, multiple listings, doesn't sell the desired quantity, should I still order? See, so the problem there is if there's like 3 people doing good and then like 25 people doing badly, you don't want to get stuck with those people. So that could be a bad sign. People usually refer to it as like the depth of the niche. So you want it to have depth. Hustle and Dance, how much is your coaching? It is in the description, first link. It is $100 per 30 minutes. Have you ever used Viral Launch or Jump Send? No, I can't recommend them. I just think that was the old mentality of Amazon before the rule change, and I'm not going to play with that anymore. I'm going to just try to catch up with these questions that are here, and then I think I should wrap it up so it doesn't get super long. Can you leverage your packaging to stand out against competitors? Does this fit into branding? 100%. Good point. I should have mentioned that. Yes, for sure. Sometimes even you can put the packaging in your main picture. If it really looks premium and nice, that's yeah, for sure. How long did it take you to get to 1.6K subs? Only like 8 weeks. When you link your bank account to the Seller Central, do you have to have a business account? It can be a personal account at first, but you should do, well, okay, even if you're starting with a personal account and you don't have an LLC, you should still set up a separate bank account, even if you're doing it as personal from the beginning, just because you don't want it super tied up. But you can sell as an individual, yeah. For different currencies, will it translate directly for best conversion? Yeah, I don't have much experience with different currencies because I'm in the US and selling in the US. Are you going to post this video? I think so, unless it's just crazy choppy, because the way it looks to me is insanely choppy. So if it's usable, it'll be on the channel, yeah. What's your favorite category? Or wait, sorry, I skipped one. Have you ever used Fibre? Yeah, for product photos. I mean, I've played with it a little bit, but I have Francis, who you saw, he was even in the chat. He's the one that edits my videos. He's been working in my main business, so he's really the master of all of my like photo, video, that type of stuff. So I don't. Fiverr is okay, but yeah. What's your favorite category to sell in? So I would not limit yourself to category. I've seen this work in every category, seriously. That Gus, thanks for answering my question. Of course, man. Vadim, sorry. Great job on the channel. Just tuned in, but we'll watch the replay. Thanks, dude. The one-on-ones, how is that structured? Do you help in mentoring a newbie like me? So for the one-on-one calls, it really, I just want to cater to what the person wants. So it's always dependent on them. Like, I think it's less valuable for me to just be like, here, here, here. It's more of like, how can I make this most impactful for where you are in your business with what you need? So sometimes that's me looking over a niche that they're considering. Sometimes it's just like a list of questions that they have ready beforehand. But what I'm not really doing is just like, hey, get on a call and teach me what to do, because I don't even know what to say in that situation. I don't know where you're at. I don't know what you already know and what you need. So I just need it. I just want you to get the most out of it. So you need to sort of be prepared with where you're at and what you need. That's what's worked the best so far. But yeah, it usually falls into those two categories, either like niche review, like what I think of this, do I think it has potential, why or why not, or just like a list of like shipping, logistics, other random questions. Where do you store your products? At the Amazon warehouses. Awesome job on your first live. Thank you. Are there any special considerations if you're creating a shop with a partner? I mean, so I don't have partnerships. I think partnerships can be tricky. Just make sure you're getting into it for the right reasons and make sure that they add something to your business. Good Q&A can't be too long. Yeah, I agree. This got a little longer, but it got so choppy that I wanted to only go for 15 or 20 minutes, but also, you guys asked a lot of questions, so I really, really appreciate that. I was kind of worried there'd be like 2 people in here, but yeah, I've hardly been able to keep up. So yeah, I think I'm about to wrap it up. Can you make a course about Amazon FBA? What do you guys think about that question? I'm curious what you guys think. I'm considering it, but yeah, I just wonder like how you guys would take it. I never want it to seem like I'm not being transparent, stuff like that. But a lot of people have been asking, so it is something I'm thinking about in the back. Nice, thank you. I'm gonna get off this in a sec. What is your backup plan if the FBA gig no longer works? I mean, I don't think it's gonna die overnight. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting into, even YouTube. Like, I just want to diversify, of course. Do you have multiple accounts? I personally just have a broad account with multiple brands. Watch Me Amazon, who was in here. He's like the master of VPNs and multiple accounts. You have to see what he's doing. Thanks, Matt, for all the answers, of course. Shola, thank you for answering both my questions. Wish you continued success. You're so inspiring. Thank you. Do you have a company that takes care of taxes and accounting? Yeah, I have a local CPA. He's based here locally, so it's not like a online service that I could necessarily recommend to people. Do you teach private label, and how long is the course? I do not have a course yet, but like I just said a minute ago, a lot of people are asking me that. So, I don't know. Should I do a course? Let me know. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap that up. I hope that I haven't missed any of the last questions, but wait, sorry, I see a couple more. Let me try to knock these out. How much product do you order at a time? 3 months worth, 6 months worth? It all depends on how much volume it's going to do. But you don't want to get stuck with too much inventory at first, so you got to balance how big your first order can be. The longer the better. Yes to a course. Awesome. I would enjoy a course from you. Cool, guys. I'm considering it. I just never want to be like the spammy, like, buy my course, like, you need it, like, get rich. I don't know. you get what I mean. But I think you guys understand that I'm not like that. But at the same time, it's like if people are asking for a course and they think it'd be helpful, and also if I do a course, it's gonna be like the fucking best. Like I'm not gonna do just like slap some shit together. I think you guys know how I am. Can anybody make me a max? I have no idea what that guy's talking about. Sorry. Whole container. Yeah, I have whole containers going on. When will be the next Q&A? You guys let me know. How much did you like this? Leave comments on the video once it's posted. But I hope to do this frequently. All right. course. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for coming to the first one. Seriously means a lot. Like I said, I was worried there was gonna be like one person in here. So yeah, you guys were awesome with all the questions. I could literally barely keep up. Yeah, I mean, stay tuned on the channel. I plan on doing this more. I might be doing them on Instagram too, so follow me at Matt Loberstein, same spelling on Instagram. Might do some live streams there. And yeah, I'll keep the videos coming and the live stream Q&A. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. See ya.